Hello world, Liu here, and this is checkpoint 4 of the Python from 0 to 1 series. So today, we will deal with 4 Python practice questions dealing with accumulation using a loop and nested for loops. In the first question, find the value of 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus all the way until 100 using a for loop. Once you are done with the for loop solution, you can try it using a while loop too. For question 2, find the value of 1 times 2 times 3 times all the way until 20 using a for loop first. So after you're done with your for loop solution, try using a while loop too. Number 3, find the value of 1 plus 2 minus 3 plus 4 minus 5 and all the way until minus 100. So here, notice that the plus and minus sign alternates between each number. So find this value using a for loop and try using a while loop to solve the same question after you're done with the for loop solution. And number 4, write a function triangle n that takes in an integer n and prints the following number triangle based on n. So if n is 3, we are going to have 1, 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3. And if n is 5, we are going to get 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and all the way until 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So do pause the video and take some time to give these questions a go before taking a look at the answers. So here, we are going to find the sum of 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus all the way until 100. So here, we want to end up with quite a large number, and because of that, we need to start with an empty number. So I'm just going to create n is equals to 0. And next, I need to be able to generate and print the numbers 1 to 100. So let's do that for I in range. And here, my start is going to be 1 because I start with 1. And here, my stop will be 101 because 101 is not included in the numbers generated. So if I print this, I'm going to get 1 to 100. So at this point, we are able to generate numbers from 1 to 100. And next, we need to accumulate these numbers into a variable that's outside of our for loop, which is n over here. So instead of just printing I, I'm going to add I to n. So n will plus equals to I. And if I print n afterwards, I'm going to get 5050, which is the correct answer. Next, I'm going to comment this out and I'm going to try to solve this using a while loop. So similarly, n is equals to 0. And next, I'm going to use a while loop to print the numbers from 1 to 100. So let's say I is equals to 1. And while I is less than equals to 100, I'm going to print I, and I will plus equals to 1. So let's check if this prints 1 to 100. And here we have it, 1 to 100. So as long as I'm able to print the numbers from 1 to 100, I can do something with these numbers. So instead of printing I, I'm just simply going to add this to n. So n plus equals to I. So if I print n afterwards, I should get the same, 5050. Next, let's try to find the value of 1 times 2 times 3 times all the way until 20 using a for loop first. So similarly, because I'm expecting to accumulate into a number, I need to first start with an empty number. So you might think number is equals to 0. However, we are doing multiplication here, and if we start from 0, we will still get 0 at the end because 0 times anything will still be 0. So for multiplication wise, we have to start with a 1 rather than a 0. So next, let's generate and print the numbers 1 to 20. So for I in range 1 to 21, because 21 itself is not included in the numbers generated, number times equals to I. So if I print this, I should get the answer. Next, let's try to do this using a while loop. So similarly, number is equals to 1. This is our starting number. And we use a while loop to generate the numbers first. So while n is less than equals to 20, print n, and n will plus equals to 1. So if we run this, let's check if we get 1 to 20. So 1 to 20. So next, instead of printing n, we multiply number by n. So here number will times equals to n. And at the end, if we print number, we will get the same answer. Next, let's try to find the value of 1 plus 2 minus 3 plus 4 minus 5 plus 6 and all the way until minus 100 using a for loop. So similarly, we start with n equals to 0 since this is addition and subtraction. And we generate the numbers from 1 to 100. So 1 and 101. And very quickly, let's just verify this. And here we have it, 1 to 100. So next, we need to deal with the plus and minus, which alternates between each number. So here, I'm going to create a variable called plus is equals to true. So if plus n will plus equals to I, else n will minus equals to I. So right now, plus is true, so this will always be true. However, at the end of every iteration, we need to set the plus variable to its opposite. So plus is equals to not plus. And so if I print n, I should get my answer, minus 50. So let's comment this out and let's do the same using a while loop. So similarly, n is equals to 0 and I is equals to 1. And let's write the while loop to print 1 to 100. So while I is less than equals to 100, I plus equals to 1, and before that we print I. So let's run this. And here we have it, 1 to 100. So similarly, we create plus is equals to true. And here, if plus n will plus equals to I, else n will minus equals to I. And at the end of every iteration, we need to flip plus. So here, plus is equals to not plus. And at the end, I need to simply print n. So here, if I run this once again, I'm going to get minus 50, which is the correct answer. So number 4, let's write a function triangle n that takes in an integer n and prints the following number triangle based on n. So if n is 3, I'm going to print 1, 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3. So if n is 5, I'm going to go all the way up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's define triangle, and it takes in an integer n, and we have a colon here. So first things first, we probably need a nested for loop here because it goes downwards and it goes rightwards too. So let's put this up here, and let's put this in terms of range. So this is actually range 1 to 2 because 2 is not included. This is range 1 to 3. This is range 1 to 4. This is range 1 to 5. And this is range 1 to 6. So here, notice that our stop argument will increase from 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So first, let's actually generate 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 based on 5. So for I in range, so we start from 2, and we have n plus 2. So let's print I. And here, let's test it, triangle 5. And if we run this, we will get 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here, let's replace our print I with the code to actually print these numbers. So for j in range 1, I. Once again, because I is generated to be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we put I here. So here, if we print j, we will get a whole long list of numbers that does not really make a lot of sense at first glance. However, we can add the n argument, and n is equals to empty string, which means that whatever prints next will be on the right side of whatever is printed here. And at the end of our larger for loop, let's print a new line character. So if we do this, we are going to get 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here, to make this statement clearer, let's comment this out. And here I'm going to print apple, orange, pear. So if I run this, I'm just simply going to get apple, orange, pear. However, if I choose to add n is equals to empty string, n is equals to empty string, and if I run this again, apple, orange, pear will be in one line. So here, because of this, when I print orange, orange will be right next to apple in this case. So thanks for watching, and hopefully this was clear and easy to understand. See you in the next one.